Hi Gogdina, Anya Anseo. For this video today, I'd like you to have a look at this maths equation and I'd like you to write down in your copy what you think the answer is. So this is a pretty straightforward question. I'm pretty confident that most of us will be able to answer it, but I want you to think long and hard about this. Is there more than one answer to this question? Please pause the video, think about it for 30 seconds and then play the video again. Now, what some of you might have noticed is that there might be two possible answers to this question. One of them 17 and one 21. How can that be in maths? How could we possibly have the same question giving us two different answers? That's a problem. So what we're going to learn about now is how we get around that problem. So I can tell you that from all my years of training to be a maths teacher, that I have the skills to figure out the correct answer, and the correct answer for this question is going to be 17. I'm going to let you in on that secret of how you can make sure that you always get the correct answer when faced with a problem like this. So the convention that we have in mathematics to ensure that everybody answers those style of questions correctly is to have a list that we call the order of operations. And what that means is it tells us which operations we should do first. And the way that we remember which one to do first is this lovely word called BIMDAS. And as you can see from the triangle on the left hand side, BIMDAS works as a type of hierarchy. So basically whatever's at the top of the triangle you do first, all the way down to the bottom of the triangle. What you'll notice is that each letter stands for a different type of operation. So B stands for brackets, I stands for indices, M stands for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. So let's have a look at how I got the answer of 17 a couple of minutes ago. Let's have a look at what operations are in place in this question. So we have this sign here, which is addition, and we have this sign here, which is multiplication. So if we look at our triangle, we can see that the letter that comes first in our triangle is going to be M. And A follows later on down the bottom of the triangle. So we're going to complete the operation of multiplication before we complete addition. So I'm going to just write down 2 plus, and then 5 multiplied by 3 gives me 15. Therefore, 2 plus 15 gives me 17. Now, the next problem that people may say is, well, what happens if addition and subtraction happen at the same time? Because they're not on separate levels of my triangle, they're on the same. So we're going to have a quick look at an example now where that happens. So to complete this question, we're going to start off the same way. We're going to label all of the different operations in our question. So here we have subtraction, here we have addition, and here we have multiplication. So going back to our BIMDAS triangle, we can see that M, again, is the first letter to appear. So we're going to go and do that straight away, as we did in our previous question. So rewrite anything that doesn't get taken care of in this question. So we've got 2 minus 5 plus, but we're going to take care of this multiplication. So 7 multiplied by 2 gives me 14. Again, let's label everything that needs to be taken care of at this part of the question. So we've got subtraction and addition. Now, looking at our BIMDAS triangle, you might say, okay, I need to do the subtraction next. But that's why we've put them on the same level in my triangle. Because they're on the same level and one isn't necessarily better than the other, you actually just do whichever one comes up first in my question. And then we take that to answer the next part. So we're going to do 2 minus 5, which gives me minus 3 plus 14. Therefore, minus 3 plus 14 gives me 11. Okay, so it's always important to remember that if they are on the same level in your triangle, like M and D or A and S, you just do whichever one appears first. I'm going to put up some questions now in the next slide. I'd like you to have a go at those questions and then check back in for the correct answers. Okay, so have a quick go at these, write them down into your copy, and you can check back in for the answer in a second. So again, I'm going to label all of the operations. So we have multiplication, addition, and division. So looking at my BIMDAS triangle, we can see that M and D are the ones that appear first. Now, they're both on the same level, so if you can remember what I said from our last example, if they're on the same level, you just do whichever one appears first in your question. So that's going to be the multiplication. So we're going to do 3 multiplied by 12, which gives you 36, plus 24 divided by 6. Again, let's label everything. So we've got addition and division. Well, division appears first in my BIMDAS triangle, so that's going to be 36 plus 24 divided by 6, which gives me 4, and then finally 36 plus 4 gives me 40. The next one in our BIMDAS triangle is we have some brackets and some multiplication. So let's label those. We've got brackets, we've got addition, we've got multiplication. Now, although addition is in the middle here and it's very down towards the end of my triangle, we have brackets surrounding it. That means that the brackets should be done first, as it's the top of my triangle. So step 1 is to do whatever is inside those brackets. So we're going to do 2 plus 5, which gives me 7, and then we're going to multiply that by our 6, so our answer is going to be 42. And our last one, let's label everything. So this number on its shoulder here is an index, and here we have multiplication. We know from our BIMDAS triangle that I comes before m, so therefore we're going to do our indices first. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which gives me 4, multiplied by 5, 4 times 5 gives me 20.